Hello, and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Tuesday, June the 14th edition of our video devotionals. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we call this Thankful Tuesday. As a matter of fact, our theme today is going to be about Thanksgiving. And we're going to be in Psalm 50. We're going to read verses 7 through 14. Actually, I think through verse 15, but the key verse is verse 14. So, again, here we are. It's Tuesday, and we do have much to be thankful for. There's no doubt about that. And I know here for us locally, we received a little bit of rain this morning about 4 o'clock, and then we've gotten a little bit of a shower and maybe just a little bit more. But the forecast today is for 99 degrees. I don't know if you're living anywhere in the central part of the country up through the northeast, hot weather. But of course, it is June, middle of June, and it is approaching officially summer. So summer's trying to flex its arms, and when it's 99 degrees real temperature, then we talk about this heat index and what it feels like. So at any rate, it's good for us because we appreciate the fall and the winter that much more when we go through some hot weather. You know that. So anyway, alrighty. So appreciate everybody who watches the videos. Also want to say this: today's Flag Day. And I know a lot of people don't really think about that. It's not one of the major, I guess it's not even a holiday that I know of, but it's not one of those major dates, but it is a date. And our flag does represent people who have fought for us and lived for us and done the things for us. So when you see the American flag today, just kind of thank God for the people and for the principles that we live by. And that flag represents that on this Flag Day. All right, so notice here in Psalm 50, it says, "Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel, and I will testify against thee. I am God, even thy God. I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices or thy burnt offerings, to have been continually before me. I will take no bullock out of thy house, nor he goats out of thy folds. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. I know all the fowls of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine and the fullness thereof. Will I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of goats? Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me." The listing there is God says, look, I'm God. I don't need anything from anybody. He says, look, he says, if I were hungry, I wouldn't tell thee, because God doesn't come to us and say, look, I'm hungry, would you feed me? I need something. God says, everything that you see, everything there is, it belongs to God. And God says, I'm not going to reprove thee. In other words, I'm not going to correct thee for your sacrifices or burnt offerings. He says, I don't need your bullocks. I don't need those things. He says, what I'm looking for, as we get down to verse 14 and 15, he says, look, I'm looking for recognition. I'm looking for someone to say, that's God. And God is the one who supplies all needs. God is our God. He even said there, I am God, even thy God. So God's not just God out there. If you belong to the Lord, and you're in the family of God, so he is our God. But he says, I'm looking for thanksgiving. So I'm looking for someone to appreciate what I do and who I am. And on this Thankful Tuesday, let's do that. Let's just tell God, thank you, number one, just for being God. Thank you for your character, for who you are. You're holy, you're righteous. You're a God of justice. You're a God of love, a God of mercy, long-suffering, gentleness, all those things. So we should be thankful. God says, I don't need anything from you. And I guess if there's any need, God says, I'm just needing the recognition. I'm needing the fact that you are thankful for who I am. Then he says, look, if you get in trouble, he says, I want you to call upon me, and I want to deliver you. And he says, and this is what he says, and thou shalt glorify me. So there's something about going to God, saying, God, I need you. God responds. He answers our prayers. He helps us. And then we give glory back to God for who he is and what he does. It's a simple recipe, and yet that's what we need to do. So God says, I don't need anything. I don't need your money. I don't need you to feed me. I don't need you to do, God doesn't need us like we got to take care of God. God says, I take care of you. You realize that, recognize that, and God says, you know what? Just offer thanksgivings. That's what I'm looking for. And when you do that, God says, that's what I need. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for from you. And if we can do that today, then God says, that's good. Because I am God, and I am thy God. And we're so thankful that's the case. So if you're listening today and God is not your God, you've never received his son, Jesus Christ, because you need Jesus as your Savior. That's a need. That's not an option. That's not anything where you say, well, that's good for some people. No, you need a Savior. Jesus is the Savior. And talking about the word to call, call unto me and I will answer thee and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. I know a lot of people use that from the child of God standpoint, and it is true. But you know, when you're unsaved, you don't know what you need really. But I tell you what you need Jesus, and Jesus will show you great and mighty things thereafter. But it does also say, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. And that's a need that you have, and he'll fulfill that need. So let's be thankful for who God is, thankful for what he does, and God says, that's what I'm looking for. So hope you have a great day today. We'll see you tomorrow on what we call Winning Wednesday. Hope you're safe today and healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.